Kanyeka na Sorobi Erastus. Kanyeka na Sorobi Erastus.
Kanyeka
Egerere mirobelio ya bwego kie.
Itako ya mwenye getinge
Egerere bipindi ya bwego kie. Egerere bwego kie na wesomia.
Musaki bwama.
Hello, good people. How are you doing? My name is Sorobi Moturi Erastus. I'm welcoming you to my YouTube channel, Sorobi Moturi Erastus. And today I want just to do something about, people have been asking me a lot about, oh, by the way, tell me about emceeing events and such. I have not read any books about emceeing. I've really tried to look for books. I've gotten some online and I've really tried to get to know this. But from the practical aspect of what I've been doing, probably I want just to share a few things. Maybe probably there's some people outside there who are upcoming and they really want to MC events and such. Well, we do not really have a course apart from doing communication and probably those people are doing PR, but we do not really have a specific place, a specific course that you can talk about master of ceremonies and such. But there are people across the world who are really doing much about master of ceremonies. I know there's a guy from Australia. I used to follow him so much, and he has done his books online and how to MC and such. And of course, there are other guys. There's a lady also from US also has written a book, but getting hard copies, I understand it's really tricky. But I want just to speak some basic things about those people who are interested in being master of ceremonies. I always find young professionals. I find students probably in colleges. I have found students, probably university students and such, and people are saying, oh, by the way, I think I can be able to do one or two things. Let me just, probably from what I've been doing, because I don't want to say that I'm a super MC and such, but I've been trying to moderate events. I have a variety of events I've done, so long as there are audience, so long as there are people and you really want somebody to manage them and to help them and make sure that there is the presence and such, I've really tried. I've done emceeing. I've emceed many church occasions. I've emceed many weddings. I've emceed, many to my level, to my standard, because I know there are people who have done so many that you can't really. But I've done weddings, I've done church events, I've done road shows, I've done product activations, I've done corporate emceeing for corporate events whereby probably people are launching a product or they're launching, it's a corporate event whereby maybe they are launching some brand or there's something they want to launch and they need somebody there to be their master of ceremony. I've done even birthday parties. I've done people who are doing a swarming of the houses and such. I've done funerals, by the way, many funerals. But what am I talking about? I want just to help me, probably those young people or people who think they have interest in this and they might want to venture in this. Number one, being a master of ceremony does not really mean that you must be funny. Well, if you're funny, it's a plus. But it's not a must that for you to be a master of ceremony, you must be funny. Even in any case, you have sense of humor, well and good. But you should not focus, being a master of ceremony is not being a comedian. But if you can become a master of ceremony and you have that comic touch, it adds value. So that is the first point. When you're becoming an MC, you must be funny, and you must be a comedian. No. It's not about, not all comedians can become good master of ceremonies. What am I saying? Being a master of ceremonies, you are able to guide the event. You are able to manage the event as per the expectations of the event, because events are different. There is a very big difference when you are emceeing a funeral event. A very big difference. You have a variety of people from different religions and with different orientations in life. So even in a case you've been called and you're going to be a master of ceremony in a funeral, the most important thing in such is not really comedy as such, it's order. Order and timeless words. As in order in the way everything is running, people are seated where they're supposed to sit, there is no confusion, the sound is good, people are quiet, people are able to concentrate, you are manning the event. At the same time, you are encouraging them. If not encouraging them, you are getting the attention. That is why we say that you should be very keen the kind of statements you throw in between as you call people to come and do their speeches. Well, even in any case, you are comical, but you have also to be very keen. Don't really struggle so much to be comical because these people have lost their loved one. But there is a way you can be able to slide in, even in case you have other lines, punchlines and such. But your focus should be manning the event. You have the audience in your hands to a point that you can tell them, ladies and gentlemen, I want us to do this song. It is well, and everyone sings. Because sometimes you can be manning and you are talking, you are shouting to yourself. Can we do this song? Nobody's manning the event. It's very important. So what are we talking about? Meeting the expectations of that event. There's a difference between being an MC in a funeral and being a master of ceremony in a wedding. And even when you talk about weddings, we have a variety of weddings. Like me, where I come from, the way I MC an SDA wedding is totally different. The way I will MC a Pentecostal, and the way I will MC Catholic, and the way I will MC people who don't go to church. Yes, I've MC'd some weddings where people don't go to church. They're doing a garden wedding and such, they don't go to church there. So there is so you need to understand who are these, number one, who are my clients, who have called me, who are my clients. And then number two, what kind of audience am I expecting? So you can be able to be prepared on how to conduct, on how to talk to them, and on how to spice up whatever you want to. Manning an event is not easy. At the same time, emceeing a fundraising. Fundraising, probably somebody who is sick, you need to raise money, or maybe somebody who is unwell, you need to raise money, or maybe you're raising money for somebody who has died, or you're raising money for a church building, or you're raising money for a music launch and such. These things of raising money, in this case, probably, comedy can really be of great help. Because when you're dealing with very serious things, bring in some bit of comedy. So that people, as they give their money, they're enjoying and they're feeling part of that. So what am I talking about? I said, being a master of ceremony is not a master, you must be funny. But even in any case, you have some bit of sense of humor, it's an added advantage. Number two, being a master of ceremony, you should be able to understand who the audience is. Who is your client and who is this audience? Two critical things. Who is my client? So and so want me to MC their wedding. Okay, good. What are the expectations? What do they want? And then, who are their friends? Because sometimes some of these events, their friends come and they dedicate what they want. They do what? They dictate. That is the right word. They dictate. I've gone to weddings where people demand for some songs and I'm wondering, okay, but probably it's because they're the friends of these guys. Yeah. Their weddings you go, they don't want anything, they want only Christian songs. There's some you go, they want some traditional songs. There are some so you need to be very keen so that you understand who they are friends. This is my client, and this is the kind of audience that I expect from this client. Very important thing. So you're doing a corporate event. Yeah. Maybe they're launching a product, or they're opening a branch, maybe it's a bank and such. You need also to understand the level of people who are coming. Yeah? So that even in any case, I need to throw in a few lines, a few challenges and such. You need an icebreaker and such. There is nothing good like when you know your audience. Then when you know your audience, then you'll know how do I go about, even as I talk and as I do my lines. Very important. Know your audience. Know the expectations of your client. What are the expectations of my client? And what is the likely audience that I'm going to have from this client of mine? Another key thing that I need also to mention, I don't know the order I've given this, but I told you what is not a requirement for being an MC, and then I've said what is the requirement. The requirement is understanding the audience, understanding the demands of the client, and understanding who the client, who the audience will be. Because when you know the audience, who the audience will be, then you'll be able to now command them. The last point is being a master of ceremony, whichever event Whether it's a funeral, whether it's a church, whether it's an organization, a corporate event, whether it's a funeral, all those things, there is this aspect which is very important. Number one, being keen. Being keen. Being keen to man the event. You must be keen to man, to moderate. You must be keen to moderate the event. Be keen to moderate. That is very important. Be very keen. When you're giving people time to talk, listen to what they're talking. So that if in any case you need to add up something, you are in touch. You have not lost touch. Be keen, even as you moderate. That is very, very important. Be keen as you moderate. Understand, look at the people. Are they tired? I need to change. Are they with me? Am I making sense? When you are keen, it will avoid you shouting. You know, sometimes people just shouting. You are just seeing people seated. Maybe in a wedding whereby we have only 100 people, but the way you're talking as somebody who is in a roadshow, selling a certain product in Nairobi streets, or maybe in Kisii or in Murang'a, because you are shouting. Be keen, communicate to your audience. You don't need to shout. You don't need to have loud microphones. You need to communicate. That is why some people, even if there is blackouts and they do not have a microphone, the way you've captured the audience, still you can talk and they will be able to respond. So that aspect of being keen, that I'm in touch with this audience, they are in my hands, I'm working with them, I'm doing everything with them, it's very important. Be keen about the audience you're dealing with. Look at them. Are they tired? Are they angry? Are they with you? Are they enjoying what you're saying? Are they looking at you? Of course, I will give you an additional point, but I want us to understand that be keen. Be keen. Number 4, I've done 4 points now. The last point here is be patient. Sometimes you can't copy-paste events. Be patient. Be patient. Sometimes you can't do what you did in another wedding, in this wedding, and it works. Sometimes you can go to some events and it's really hard. The environment, the atmosphere is very tense. Yeah, I've gone to some weddings whereby the atmosphere is very tense. People are like this. Probably they have had issues from the negotiations and such. Now people are coming to the wedding, they are moody. And there's some weddings I go, I'm not really well prepared, but the audience is so lively. I've gone to corporate events whereby people, they are just gloomy. So what am I saying? Sometimes it's good to go with freestyle. Prepare, but when you go there, look at the situation, analyze it, and then take it. But again, even as I talk about this, I want also to warn you that events can never be the same. Sometimes the event can be so nice, you go to another one, it's not that good. You live there and you're wondering, oh God, what did I do? Don't kill yourself. Just accept that things can never be the same. There's some places you can go and everybody wants to get your card. I've gone to some events and everyone wants to get a card. I've gone to some events and I have sold. I've gone to some events and I've captured and everyone wants. And I've gone to some events and I'm wondering, oh my goodness. So events are not the same. Maybe probably you might find that this event where you went, you never performed very well. Maybe probably you didn't prepare very well. You didn't do your background research. You went there fatigued. Or this company also, they have their own issues. You might go to this company and you're emceeing, but they have their own internal issues. So as much as you really try to make this event look nice, or you want to have the presence, because you see the most important thing in emceeing an event is the presence. Are people feeling you? Are you meeting their needs? Are you controlling them? Because as a master of ceremony, you should be able to have this audience in your hands. Whether it's a road show, you should be able to tell them, tufanye mkono hivi, wanafanya. Ni hivi. You should be able to read their mind. Read their mind. And once you've read their mind, then you will be able to know what to say and not what to say. What to comment on and what not to comment on. What you need to rush and what you need to give time. You have to have that aspect of being keen. At the same time, you must be patient. Things will never work the same way. You have to be patient. You have to understand, yes, we did this, but this is a different audience, different people with different expectations and different way of thinking. Don't forget those 4 important things I've talked about. Those of us who are interested in venturing into this aspect of being an MC or being a master of ceremony, number 1, it's not a master, you must be a comedian. But number 2, you must be someone who knows very well what the client wants and who understands what kind of audience I will find in this. By so doing, then, you should be able to know how to prepare. Number 3, I have said that it's very important for you to be keen in manning the event. Be keen with what is going on in this event, whether it's a funeral, whether it's a wedding, whether it's a housewarming, whether it's a corporate event. Be very keen on the audience, how they're behaving, how they're looking at you, how all the mannerisms. And then the last point I said, don't pitch yourself. You can't copy-paste events. There's an event you can go and everything is wonderful. You go to another one, you really struggle. I've gone to some weddings, I live there. I've gone to some events, I live there, my head is aching. I have done this, and it was really challenging, and I had to. So be very careful. When we talk about events, sometimes we do not have books where we can be able to read, but from the practical aspect and the way I've been doing events, that is the much that I can say. Of course, there are many points, but those are the things that I can be able to say, that be keen with the audience. Don't kill yourself. You can't copy-paste events. Some events, they can become wonderful. They can become fabulous. Some, there are issues. People are gloomy. You are struggling. That is life. We have the ups and downs. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, Sorobi Moturi Erastus. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Subscribe. Share this video to your friends. If you're outside there and you're interested in this, of course, learn also. Another key point you need also to understand is you grow. When I look at the first events that I did probably 14 or 15 years ago, the kind of things that I was doing, but you have to be willing to grow. Do this, I have a few people to ask them, what do you think I did right? Once in a while also go to other people, look at the way they are emceeing, learn what else can you borrow from them. What else can you create your own things? Sometimes there's what we call the magic moments. I'm doing something and I didn't prepare for this and I find it has captured the audience. I use it. Yani nikisi we say, okoliera. I didn't expect this and then all of a sudden something has happened. And then I use that. Those magic moments. They're the ones which become the key highlights in the way you are doing your emceeing. Those magic moments. So things you never planned for and they just come and they capture everybody and they make everyone smile. You use them. And you use them creatively. I always say this, don't wait for the audience to tell you sit down. Sit down before they tell you sit down. Before they tell you, oh, well, no. Be very keen. Understand, weigh, be keen. You know how to, sometimes I see some guys and they're wondering, I do think that people are tired. The same when we are doing talks, when I do motivational talks and such, I look at this audience. I don't need to have so much. I don't need to speak so much. In fact, that is how I started bringing 3 important things. I look at this audience and I feel these people, they are tired. Instead of me having the 7 points I wanted to communicate, I only do the 3. The rest, I keep them. I always say this, I'd rather have 1 point and I'm effective than having so many points and I'm not effective. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, Sorobi. If this video is making a lot of sense, share to your friends, share to your churchmates, share to your people in the social platforms, in Twitter. By the way, you can follow me on Twitter at Moturi Erastus. You can follow me on Facebook, my fan page, Sorobi Moturi Erastus, the real presenter. My YouTube channel at Sorobi. Share this video because I strongly believe that iron sharpens iron. So, man also sharpens another man. In Kikisi, we say, ekyoge, kigotiri ekyoge. Right, ladies and gentlemen, I want just to encourage you to read books. Read books. There are many people who have written books. People have written books. Like now, currently I'm reading Kenny Monyonche has done a book, how to save money in the stock, how to save money, how to invest in the financial markets. He has written another book, how to save money for investment. Read books, read books, read books, read books. And even as you read books, I want also to encourage you that you can read my book. I have done a book, Quest for Personal Growth. If you've not read this copy, I've really done a lot of reprints. Get a copy of this book because we are talking about personal development. Maximizing your skills and talents. You have some skills within you and you've not used them maximally. I encourage you to read this book, Maximizing Your Books and Maximizing Your Skills and Talents. Grab a copy of this book and read. If you are in Kisii, go to Chonsevika Bookshop. You will be able to find Chonsevika Bookshop. Go to, it's just opposite Sansura building, get a copy of this book and read. If you're in Nairobi, you can get in touch with me, then I'll be able to inform you. I'll be able to give you directions on how you'll be able to get them. Maybe you can order the copies if you're in Mombasa, Nakuru, Kisumu, Eldoret, and I can be able to send. If you're in US, I'm looking for ways of making sure that you get a soft copy, that the plans are underway. I'm so sorry that I've taken too long, but very soon I should be able to have that done, and then you'll be able to enjoy and you'll be able to read it, because I strongly believe that iron sharpens iron. Grab a copy of this book and it will be a blessing to you. God bless you. Have a great day. Have a great evening. Have a great morning, whichever place where you are and whichever time you're watching this. Don't forget to share this video to your friends, because by so doing, we'll be able to reach more people, because I believe strongly that I'm learning from you as you learn from me. I'm learning from you as you learn from me. God bless you.
Kanyeka na Sorobi Erastus. Kanyeka na Sorobi Erastus.